everybody. Good to see you. We are going to have our first interview with the doctor, and I'm so excited. It's going to be Dr. Lindsay Banks. So she's going to tell us a little bit about herself, and we're just going to see it. I see she's on there. I think she should be asking to join here in a second. Hey! Let's see. Waiting on you, Lindsay, to accept or something. Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for joining today. I'm so excited. You are the first person to do an interview on here. I've been asking people, no one's been there. I'm like, I will. They never really give a date. And I'm like, come on, let's go, guys. We just got to get this going.
Well, I'm excited to be the first. This is awesome. This is actually my first time going live on Instagram too, so.
It's not that hard, right? It's not bad.
It's really not bad. It's like we're having a conversation.
Right. My first time on it, I was like, what do I do? How do I get on? How do I push it? And then someone told me, and I was like, oh, okay. It's not too hard. So I guess the first things first. We know you're Dr. Lindsay Banks. Tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So again, I'm Dr. Lindsay Banks. I am currently located in Houston, Texas, but I'm originally from the Midwest. So I'm from a smaller town, St. Louis, right outside of St. Louis, Missouri, Alton, Illinois. So right now I am again in Houston, Texas. I'm owner of Healthy Motives 365, which I just opened a brand new practice in January, actually, of this year. And with my practice, I really focus on helping women find health in every day by assisting them in eliminating the habits that can lead to chronic disease. And so I do this by educating them on the importance of, first and foremost, regular chiropractic care and how it's a lifestyle, incorporating daily physical activity, healthy eating habits, and to me, one of the most important things, developing a positive mindset, because where our mind goes, the body follows. And so I really incorporate holistic healthcare into my practice. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, and, I just, juggle everything, but I'm excited to definitely be a part of what you're doing because it's exciting. And I think it's important for us to see each other and represent.
Yes. So I have to ask, you said you're from Alton, Illinois. Did you go to Logan or where did you go to school?
Yeah, so I went to Logan. I went to Logan University when it was called Logan College of Chiropractic. So I graduated all the way back in 2008.
Oh, so you went to school with Dr. Everett.
Yes, I did. Him and my husband actually used to play ball together and everything. So yeah, I definitely know.
I'm a Logan grad.
Okay, awesome. Cool.
Yeah. So I actually was in the transition period between when they were Logan College of Chiropractic and then when they switched to Logan University.
Okay.
It was, I think my last year there was when they made that transition.
Awesome. So what year did you graduate?
2015.
Okay, cool. Nice.
Yeah. That's so awesome. Small world. So I lived in the Midwest too. You said Midwest. I was like, St. Louis?
Yeah, that is crazy. I didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Yes. And for those of you guys who don't know, we met on Instagram and we're still meeting right now. This is our first time talking, but I'm in the Houston area and she's in the Houston area. It's just crazy. I think we're on opposite sides of Houston though, correct?
Yeah, because are you like in Katy or Spring? Yeah. Okay, yeah. And I'm on the opposite. I'm northeast and you're like northwest. So I'm in the Humble Atascocita area, right outside of that. Yeah.
Yeah, that is so awesome. So I'm really excited that you like to help women. I think, everybody can get care, right? But women, they run the household, right? When it comes to health, they are the ones who make the decisions. Husbands, they can be dying and they'll still be like, oh, I'm good. I don't need to go anywhere.
Right.
But women will take charge and do something. So what really made you want to get into women?
So honestly, it was just from my own personal journey to well-being. Honestly, when I relocated down here, I was kind of getting away I had actually a very close cousin of mine who had passed away. And I started to have, kind of not take care of myself as much. And so I started to realize, like, as women, we play so many roles between running a household. If we are career women, we have all these different things. And a lot of times we put our health on the back burner to make sure everything else is good. And so I started to notice I was doing that on my own, even being a chiropractor and being a certified personal trainer and being educated on all these things. I was still letting life get in the way. And so I had a moment where I'm like, okay, it's time for you to get on track. So it was kind of more of a personal journey. So the name Healthy Motives 365, again, my tagline is finding health in every day, because I motivate women and everybody, but in general, women, to just find one healthy thing to do every single day. And as you continue to do that, it develops into habit. And now you're transitioning into a healthier lifestyle versus just trying to get onto, certain health fads or things like that. Because to me, it's important to educate women on the importance of developing a healthy lifestyle and not just short-term quick fixes. And so I just wanted to really help women to create not necessarily balance, but harmony, because it's kind of hard to create balance in your life, because you're going to have one area that may need a little bit more attention, especially if you're working and you have kids and things of that nature. But creating harmony in their lifestyle where you have all these things that are going together, but you're not neglecting your health in the process.
Right. I know I like to tell patients that if you don't take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you?
Exactly.
But if you're not healthy, like over time, you're just not going to be able to help your kids. You're not going to be able to help your husband or your spouse, whether that's a husband or a wife. Like, you just can't take care of anybody if you're not taking care of yourself, and that has to be first priority. And you can't feel ashamed. I believe I posted on the CWC that you can't be ashamed to take care of yourself.
Right.
It's something you have to do. We have to take charge of that, whether it's just relaxing or getting adjustments or making sure what we put in our bodies is what we need so that we can go on and be our best self.
And that's important, even as a chiropractor, making sure that you get regular chiropractic care. And so I make sure I try to get adjusted like once a month, because it's like we spend so much time as caregivers, we spend so much time taking care of others. You know what I mean? But then sometimes we may neglect ourselves. And if we do that and we lose our health, then we're not able to be that person to help other people in our business, or even as wives or mothers, helping our family and take care of them. So
No, that is so true. I was on like a once a week basis of getting adjustments, but I'm like you, I just barely started my practice as well. So
well,
it's
congratulations.
busy when you first start your practice. And I don't know if you have anybody that works in the office with you.
No, I'm a one-woman show right now.
Yeah, so I have no chiropractor working in the office with me either. So I'm like, okay, I need to figure out what I'm gonna do. I go to this one clinic and I get adjustments, and that's where I was going before when I was an associate. So I'm still going there, but it's kind of hard to get there because I'm like doing everything. I'm doing, especially like right now, taxes not. I'm doing all my accounting. I'm doing taking care of patients, getting new patients in, getting the kids to practice, picking kids up. So it's like so busy, but I have been trying to make sure to be better about taking care of myself.
Yeah. One thing that I've incorporated is I have self-care Sundays for myself. And so those are days where literally I do not engage in any type of technology, social media. I spend time just to reset, meditate, exercise, spend time with my family, get some fresh air. And I found out once I started doing that, I do it every Sunday. Once I started doing that, I felt so much fresher on Mondays and ready to, really tackle the week. Because a lot of times we're kind of just burning both ends between, business and, having kids and things of that nature. So it's very important to find time to take care of yourself.
Yeah, that is so true. I like that, but I don't know if I can turn off the TV. That's my big thing. Like when I'm just relaxing, if I'm not reading a book, I'm like, okay, let me binge watch something. What am I binge watching? I just finished some show not too long ago. As I'm doing my accounting, it was playing in the background. And it's kind of like a Harry Potter mix type deal. And I was like, oh, this is my type of deal. And it was really, but anyway. I guess it's kind of self-care as well when you just
It is.
relax.
Sometimes you just and it's okay to know that sometimes it's okay to just not do anything sometimes. I'm like a very I'm a very type A person, so I have like post-its everywhere. I have to-do lists, and I just, I'm one of those people, and I've learned over time as I've gotten older, like, okay, sometimes it's okay to just relax and not do anything if you need that, because sometimes we need that, and that's going to make us just that much better as a mother and as a business owner as well. So,
Right, no, you're right about that. It really will. So I want to know what it means to you to be a minority in such a field that we're as a woman of color, we're a minority because we have color, we have melanin in our skin, and we're also a minority because we're a woman. Our field is dominated by men.
yes.
So how does it feel to you to be in this profession?
Honestly, to me, right now, it's an honor. And I say that because when I first started, like I said, I graduated all the way back in 2008. So when I first graduated, we didn't, I think what Facebook came out like in 2009, but there was no Instagram, and I didn't get to see people like me in this industry. And so sometimes I wasn't motivated because I didn't see people that looked like me. So now it's an honor because I'm able to not only see other women that look like me that are currently in the field, that are working to join the field, but also be an advocate to bring chiropractic to our communities. There's a lot of people of color that aren't aware of all that we do. It's not just about pain. It's not just about, okay, go see a chiropractor after you have a car accident. And so I love the fact that I get the opportunity to educate people who look like me about chiropractic and all that we do, and for them to understand that it is a lifestyle and not just like a quick fix or something you do, one time, but it's something that you should continuously do because of all of the benefits of it. So like I said, it's an honor. And I hope to just kind of be an example and a mentor to, all of the female chiropractors of color that are coming behind me, share my journey because it was not like straightforward. It was cricket. When I first started chiropractic school, I had a 9-month-old. When I graduated, I was 7 months pregnant. So, it was my journey through chiropractic school was a little different. And my journey afterwards, when I graduated, was different because it wasn't like, okay, hustle, go work from this time, this time. I have other responsibilities.
Right.
And I want women, especially women of color, to know that it's okay to have a practice that fits your lifestyle. And you don't have to necessarily fit your practice or your mode to something what somebody else is doing just because they're successful. You can be successful in your own right. And so to me, like I said, it's an honor to be able to be in this field and bring it to our communities because we need it.
That is so awesome. So, when I started school, I also was a mom. I think my son was one, maybe two, and then my daughter was 5. And I went through school, and then when I graduated, I was 9 months pregnant.
Oh, wow.
Everybody, my classmates thought it would be funny if my water would have broke while I was trying to bend down so I could get the drape over me,
Oh yeah, when I got hooded, like I wasn't 9 months, I was 7 months, but it was funny because I was one of those people. I was like, I want to be cute, so I had on heels too. So just trying to bend down, and it was something. But yeah, I definitely feel your pain.
Yeah, I had on wedges, but I still healed, thinking I was being cute, 9 months pregnant. But I was like, you know what? I earned this, and I know that's probably how you felt. I earned this. I'm
Yes.
gonna rock it. So I'm with you with the non-traditional, but I feel like in our community there's such a misconception that you'll get hurt, and also people of color they don't trust doctors very much.
Exactly, and rightfully so because of all the history and things that have happened.
History behind it,
Yeah.
yes. So I also want to be able to give people an outlet to talk and spread their message. So like how you're saying, you want to be able to teach people what we do. It's not just cracking backs. I know before I even started becoming a student, I thought it was just cracking backs. I was like,
Mhm.
that's stupid. I don't want to just crack backs. Like, who wants to do that? That's dumb. But as I learn, and I'm learning every day, I'm learning something new every day, you realize it's so much more to it. There's so many more things and so many more facets to the adjustments, how they can help our bodies, how they can keep stuff from happening, how they can improve that stuff that is happening, and just the importance that people to get adjusted. Like I try to tell people all the time, like when it comes to kids, how often do kids fall?
All the time.
I said, you tell them just to dust it off and they just did a flip over a chair or something like that. They need an adjustment. Like
Yeah. I've been
babies,
adjusting
they're
my
sitting there
kids since
trying to learn to walk.
they were babies, and
Yeah.
the benefits in it. Like my kids didn't get a lot of, head colds, ear infections, and things of that nature. They are truly, and I'm blessed and I'm grateful and thankful for that they're truly helpful. And I definitely believe that chiropractic played a role into that. But when you the one thing that you kind of talked about when you say all the things that we can do, I love when I teach somebody about chiropractic and what it truly is and how their face just lights up and they're like a light bulb goes off like, oh wow, I did not know that. And to me, that's why my goal was to have my own practice, because I wanted to be able to have my patients feel comfortable and really take the time to educate them, and not just, okay, I'm Justin, you get out, next person. And so I personally don't desire to have a practice where I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of patients, and things of that nature. I prefer to have a low volume practice to be able to really take the time to teach and educate, because through doing that, I'm going to be able to introduce chiropractic to more individuals, because when we have our patients educated, they're going to go out and they're going to tell their friends and families about chiropractic. And then maybe we'll get to the point where we are treating more than, I don't even know what it is, 11% of the population or whatever it is now. But we're getting to the point where we're treating a larger component of the world, you know what I mean? Because truly that's the goal, and to come together as a profession and collaborate and do things like this, because it's plenty for all of us.
Yeah, I had a patient who actually came to me not too long ago. He started becoming a patient. He's a regular patient now. But he was like, I hate going to those other clinics where it's just a ton of people and you rushed in and rushed right out, and they're not really taking care of what's really wrong with me and not like helping me to feel better. Like I feel so rushed. He was like, thank you so much for just taking your time to care for what's going on with me. And I was like, oh, you're welcome. But like that's exactly how you said it is exactly how I wanted to run practice, because first of all, it's easier on your body.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody gets individualized care. And especially with the time of COVID right now, anyway, you don't need a bunch of people in your office.
Right.
You don't want to have a ton of people in your office and your waiting room is completely filled. Like I've staggered my patients, so like one's coming out, the way you walk into my office, like you walk in and you walk out of a different door so that there's a patient in there, they're never coming into contact with each other.
Yeah.
Like that's how, with the time of COVID, that's how it probably should be. It probably shouldn't be like that in the first place. But everybody knows that they have their own individual care. Just take your time, and how you put it before that you want to start your practice and you can run practice and you want it, it's amazing, isn't it? Like just amazing.
Yeah, because the freedom, and you can essentially live the life that you want, you know what I mean? And there's no pressure on things of that nature. But like I said, you have the opportunity to take that time with your patients and truly educate them, because that's how we're going to literally change the world, one patient at a time, and truly educating our community about, like I said, the benefits and the importance of chiropractic care, and not just getting it once in your life after you had a car accident.
Right, exactly. And I think there is something to be said to be an associate. Not knocking that, because I was an associate at a couple of practices. I did learn some things from those other doctors, but
Oh, definitely.
it's like once you learned enough, you'll never learn enough. But once you learn and you know how things run and how you can run, you pick and choose what you like from certain options. So that when you start to home, you're like, okay, I really like that from that office. I really like this from this office. I really like this. So let's put it all together to make my office.
Yeah. And that's a great point, because I didn't, like, when I first started, when I graduated, I didn't jump right into my own practice. I'll kind of like go back a little bit. I started off, I did an independent contractorship in another doctor's office with Dr. Andrea Dalton. She actually graduated. We graduated the same day. Yeah. And so we did about a year in another doctor's office, well, a little less than a year. But it was more so for me, it was building up my confidence. Like you said, learning what, I wanted to utilize, what I didn't want to use. And then also really just saying, okay, I can do this. And that was the biggest part for me, really building up the confidence, because it is scary, you know, when you are in chiropractic school. And I don't know how it is now, but really they teach us how to be, we're great doctors, we're great clinicians, but the business aspect of it is one part that I think we kind of suffer in a little bit. And so, you know, getting and learning from another doctor who's been in practice for a while and kind of learn those ropes, not saying you have to do everything that they're doing, because we're all individuals and we're all different, but just like you said, taking what you like and what you want and then putting your own spin on it and then creating literally the type of practice that you want.
Right, exactly. That is exactly true. I know we had office management or something like that. And it was like a 1 hour class, and one was class it was like, not realizing what he said actually had implications for later on in life. Just you're like, wait, at that moment you're not really thinking about it.
Right.
So what is something that, because we do have a lot of students who follow us, and I'm trying to get more and more students to follow, because I've been looking at Logan's like classes, and I'm like, ooh, there's a lot more drops of melanin than there were before.
I know, I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm just seeing so many students, and that's
Yeah.
the lovely thing about like social media and Instagram, being able to see so many women who are already doctors and ones that are coming up. It, to me, it motivates me even more to just keep pushing.
Right.
You know?
Yeah, because I think I graduated with 40 something or 50 something students, and like less than 6 of us had any kind of
Yeah.
help.
We had a class of
So
like 75, and I think it was starting off, it was like 5 of us.
yeah, and I think the class behind me was like 100 and something students, and there was probably like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then you go back, and when I graduated, the trimester 1 class had like 10 or 15, and I was like,
Whoa.
like that was just crazy. Like, this is the craziest thing in the world. So like, there's a shift, there's a paradigm shift now,
Yeah.
and people are actually starting to see that holistic care, which chiropractic is 100% holistic care. Like, holistic care has implications, and it's good for us in the long run.
Yes.
We don't need to take all these medicines. We can do other stuff for our bodies to help us improve without taking medicines. Like, that's like,
And it really comes down to, like I said, like you said, holistic care and prevention in our lifestyle habits. You know what I mean? So the majority of the chronic diseases that people do take medications for, it's all about lifestyle and prevention, you know. But another thing, you know, it's not necessarily always their fault, because especially in our community, it's about having the tools, the resources, and being educated on simple things that you can do in your everyday life to create a healthier lifestyle, you know, and also access to. So that's a whole nother component of it. But you were getting ready to ask me a question about there's a lot of students that follow, and you were probably about to ask me what.
I can go sideways. Anyway,
Me too. So that's why I was like, let's.
I need somebody to keep me on track. Thank you. I just was wanting to know, like, you touched a little bit on it, but like, what kind of advice would you give to these students that are on here that will listen later on? Like, kind of do's and don'ts that you would say with, let's say, starting a practice, because you just started a practice, so everything's just fresh in your mind.
Yeah. So the first thing I would say is just be confident in yourself, okay? And trust the process. Every single thing, and I know this sounds so cliche, but every single thing that you go through your journey of becoming a doctor, becoming a chiropractor, and starting a practice, it is all for a reason. And so be patient and trust it. But I would also advise you to connect with other women that are, because the thing about it is, a lot of times as chiropractors, we're like kind of in these silos where we don't really kind of connect and collaborate and talk about our struggles, because we all have some of the same struggles. And you'll find that when you do start to make those connections, you'll realize like, oh, wow, you know, she's very similar to me. And if she's able to do this or what have you, then I know I can, you know? And so I would just say, like, you know, starting a practice is just really, like, again, you know, connecting with somebody who has done it before, but really just taking it one step at a time and not necessarily looking at the big picture of, I need to have everything and all the most expensive and fancy tools all at once. I would definitely say when you're first starting off, if you want to start on your own, keeping your overhead low, like what I did, like everything that I got from my practice, I had saved up for it. And so literally I just bought everything and the things that were absolutely necessary for me to practice, and just taking it one day at a time and not really stressing yourself out and thinking that you have to have all the biggest and the best equipment in the world. Because for us, it can be difficult to get capital and things of that nature. So just knowing that you don't need to have a super big office space to get started, just get started.
Right. So I do a lot of Amazon shopping, which I found out was way cheaper than like going to the furniture stores or anything like that. When I started, and then did you do any financing for like your tables? Tables.
No, I did not. Like I said, when I tell you, like I saved up in the table that I have now, I was previously in practice before. So I had some of my previous equipment. So my table I already had. But I did a lot of Amazon shopping. I, went to Marshalls and, all those, different places, like I said, to just maintain your budget. Don't try to, get the biggest and baddest or whatever equipment, but just, again, stay within reason. So that way, and then as you get into practice and you start to have clients, then invest that money back into your business. My biggest thing, and this is popping into my mind, building relationships. That's the most important thing. I'm not originally from Houston, Texas. Like I said, I'm from, well, you either, back from the Midwest. And so for the last couple years, I have been building relationships with women who are also business minded, who want to collaborate and things of that nature. And so Healthy Models 365 started in 2018 as like a blog, and then I did personal training, and I still educated about chiropractic, but now the chiropractic component of actually having the physical location. And so the most important thing you can do as a new doctor, or even while you're in school, is build relationships, because when you build true relationships with people, then they're going to send people to you. You're going to be top of the mind when they think about who's a chiropractor. And so building relationships, again, is so, so, so important with other doctors and also with, just any other women who are in business. You think about us building a relationship, we're on completely opposite sides of Texas. So if I have somebody that I meet and they're like, oh, I'm in the Katy area. Oh, okay. Well, I know you're not going to drive 40 minutes to come to me. I know a doctor to send you to. And that's what it's all about, is really building a community, not only, between ourselves, but with other women, so we can help each other and collaborate, because there's enough for all of us, and other races do it. That's how they build their communities and network. And so it's important for us to do the same thing.
So that's essentially why I wanted to start up CWC, because I was like, well, therapists do it, MDs do it. Why aren't we doing it? Like we have active. I'm not saying that's great, right? But that's a mixed men and women. I wanted something that was strictly women, because some of our patients come to us because they want a woman doctor.
Right.
So we need to know exactly who do we have in different areas and different regions that are women doctors. So I want to just have us I don't want to say like-minded, because we all have different philosophies and different thought processes, but to have a network of just women that we can send people to, because I actually know people that live in the Humble area that might want to go to chiropractic. So I know now I'm going to send you to Dr. Banks. And
I already know a couple people in your area too. So that's, that's awesome. Like literally, like you said, creating a directory where we could say, oh, you're in South Houston, or or not even necessarily in Houston. Oh, we have family back home. We have people in different states, like my brother, he lives right outside of Chicago. So it's like, okay, who do I know up there? So really creating, that network.
Right. And that's what I felt was so important with this thing. And I'm trying to create a movement. And I'm so happy that, for those of you guys who don't know, well, no one knows yet, she offered to help me. So I'm not a one-woman show anymore. She's going to be helping me, and I'm so happy. And if anybody else out there wants to help, that would be great too, because I feel like if we get at least one or two more people.
And honestly, I already have some other women. And the reason why I told you I reached out, and this is the power of collaboration. So I had already had something in my mind about wanting to do something like this. But then when I saw that you were creating it and we're both in Houston, why create something that another sister of mine has already created? So why not join you and help you and bring in the other people that I already know that want to be a part of it, so we can build a team and we can be that much stronger, versus you building something over here, I'm building something over here. We're literally in the same town. What's the point, Right. And so when I saw it, I was like, you know what? Because I noticed it, followed you, And then I kind of went back, and when I saw you requesting like wanting help and, wanting to interview people, I'm like, you know what? Let me just reach out to her. And so, and it was awesome because you never know when you reach out to somebody what you're going to get, but you were just, I loved you. Was like, oh my God, yes, And so that was awesome. So I'm happy about it because I even told my husband about it. Like, she was like really nice and wanted, to me to help her, what have you. Because again, like I
I
said, I
can't
have
do
been
it by
thinking about this.
myself.
Yeah. We can't do it alone. So
Oh, because I want to build a tribe. Is what I want. A tribe of women of color that are chiropractic women of color. And it just was something that I thought of because my cousin is a therapist. I have another friend who's a lawyer. Like I said, they have all these tribes. And I was
yeah.
like, why don't we have one?
Well,
And
that's what we're doing.
and it's specifically women.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked, I was like, do we have one? And I'm looking on Facebook, I'm looking on Instagram, and I'm like, I don't see nothing.
You
Oh,
see
like
other people doing it, but not us. And it's funny because I think we basically did the same thing. We were looking. And so I'm happy that I got the opportunity to discover you. So that way I wasn't over here trying to build something that you already trying to build. Like,
yeah, no, we could build together.
build together.
It just blossomed from there because even like the Women's Chiropractic Association, like it's great, right? And I want to eventually turn this into like an association type deal,
Mm-hmm.
but that takes capital, and we both starting off, so I'm not that capital anyway. Um, when you see, and I was talking to one of my mentors, she was like, there aren't any women of color typically that are doing these conferences.
No,
Like,
we don't
and
have
I'm like,
anything
oh
the
my
same.
God, that is so true. And she is a woman of color who does conferences. She's done conferences at Parker seminars. She's done TED Talks. She's done a lot of stuff, but yet has she done a conference for the Women Association, any of the Women Association? I was like, that doesn't make sense. Like, not at all. So I feel like this is an opportunity for us to come together and we can create something that, like you said, you see someone like you. Because the teachers
Yeah.
at Logan, there weren't a whole lot that looked like it.
Yeah.
The teachers, the faculty, or the staff, like nobody, hardly anybody. So it's great to see people walking down the halls that look like you. It's great to see people that are teaching you who look like you, like to have a mentor who looks like you. They kind of feel the same things. Yes, having a woman mentor is great. Having a male mentor is great. But some of the struggles that we feel and we have in our own minds and deal in our lives, they don't feel because they don't have those same struggles. You know what I
Right.
mean?
And so representation, it's so important and it matters because, like you said, having a male or a female mentor that doesn't necessarily look like you, it is awesome. But really having somebody that can truly relate to you and the different struggles and the issues that you may have gone through in your life, it just, first of all, it builds confidence in yourself because, again, you can say, okay, well, like if I can see somebody that looks like me that have maybe had like a troubled past or difficulties, whatever it may be, then that gives me a little bit more belief in myself that I can do this. And so that was like early in my career, that was one of the biggest issues that I had was all the people that I saw that were successful in this field, they didn't look like me. And so
Right.
that was like, wow, okay, so if I don't see anybody that looks like me successful in this field, then am I going to be successful? And I went through my whole mental thing about, okay, can I do this? But now it's kind of like it's totally different. It's like with everything going on in the world, it's like, you know what? No more playing it small. It's time to do what we need to do, build our community and change our communities and bring chiropractic to our communities.
Yeah, we need to lift each other up. We
Yeah.
haven't done it, I think, as a community, we haven't done that good of a job of lifting each other up. But I know that all stems back to, way back when they were breaking us down. They broke us down real good, but now it's time to come up and pick each other up because that's what we need to do. We need to stop being jealous or mad because she has something that I want and she has a practice that I want, but I can't. Like, we can't do that. We need to be there for each other, pick each other up, dust each other off, ask questions, answer questions, and just help each other get to that next level. Because I think I put it. What was the post I posted earlier today? Women empowerment or amazing women. I can't remember. Something about being unstoppable women.
Yes,
Because
unstoppable.
we are all unstoppable women that we're going to rise up. And the proof is in the pudding. We got a woman of color in the White House right now.
Right.
We are unstoppable, and I feel like this movement is going to do big things, and we're going to be able to reach out to a lot of people. And I'm so excited to work with you on this and the other two people that you can connect with. Maybe the next two people, if you could just send me a message, I can connect with them and I can get them to be the next two interviews.
Awesome. Yeah, we definitely put that work in. I got I know have a lot of connections. And then I'm also currently, I am on the board of American Black Chiropractic Association as the National Board Review Committee Chair. So we're at our next national convention. We're doing a board review for individuals who are students or doctors who maybe had trouble with their boards. Because again, the goal is to increase the number of minority chiropractors practicing, like immediately when you got out of school, you know. And so, like you said a minute ago about like when you're looking at other women and their practices, you know, that is really about a mindset shift, because it's not about getting jealous or comparing yourself, you know, because when I see other women that look like me and being I'm like excited and I'm happy about it. And it's like, what can I learn from her? What can I learn from you? Not how can I compete with you? What can I learn from you and incorporate into my practice or what have you, or even reach out to you so we can collaborate like we're doing right now. Yeah.
Right. I think that that's very important, but unfortunately, not everybody thinks like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And like I said, it's a mindset shift. It's all about mindset, because I didn't always think like that either. I'm going to be fully transparent. You know what I mean? Like within the last couple of years, I've done a lot of reading. Like there's a book that I recommend. It's what is it? Think and Grow Rich, A Black Choice. Like I read it. My husband read, and it's an older book, but again, it like changed my whole, oh, I didn't throw my pen. It changed it changed my whole like mindset and my thought process to, you know, from where I was to where I am now. So I highly recommend it.
Wow. That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. That's definitely, yeah. If you can post in the comments right now the name of that book so people
I will.
they can look at it and look, I'm gonna look at it because I want to know.
Girl, it's gonna change your life.
Right. I need to know too. And book choices. You guys out there, you guys have book things we should not book things. Have books, motivational books you think we should read. You know how they always do the seven people always talk about the seven of health happy people.
Highly effective people or something like that. Yeah. I haven't read that. It's on my list, but I have like I have a lot of books that I read like in the past year, and the ones that are on my list to read. That's one thing that I like think is so important. I try to like every day read something that's going to either motivate or inspire me. I stop like on my way to work. Sometimes, you know, I'll listen to Beyonce or turn up a little bit, but other times I'm listening to podcasts, things that are going to motivate me and push me and get me in the right mindset, because we're not always motivated, but that's where discipline kicks in. We have to be disciplined to do what we got to do, even when we don't feel like it, you know? And so I constantly feed my mind so I can be in that mindset and keep going, because it's days where I'm like, oh my God, wow, you know, you have those days. Everybody does. And if people say they don't, then yeah, okay, I don't believe you. But it's it's about feeding your mind and developing that mindset that's going to help you keep going.
Right. It really is. And when you read books of people who've been where you are, or they're making that same journey, or even if it's just self-help books to kind of get the right mindset so you can move past whatever stuck situation you are, it really does help to read those kind of books. I have read, I don't know if you've heard of You're a Badass.
I've heard of it. It's on my list too. Like I got like 25 books on my list.
You're a Badass. I've read all three of them. There's You're a Badass, and that's just like uplifting and just telling you like you got this, you can do it, girl. Whatever you want to do, you can do it. And then there's You're a Badass at Making Money, and then I think there's one more. Is it three or only two?
I've heard of both of those two. There's another one by Marshawn Davis Evans, or is it Evans Davis? It's called Believe Bigger, and it is amazing. I read that at the beginning of last year, I think. Yeah, it is a new year. Like 2020 is just like last year. And that really helped me out too. So again, what I'll do is maybe I should email you my book list, and then we can post something to share.
We can post some books.
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Yes, that's 100% doable. I'm excited. I'm so excited. You just don't even know. Like, I'm like ready to type to you right now. I don't want to say everything on there.
Right.
I'm
We
like
got to do some
ready
planning.
to type.
Shoot me. I guess you got my email. Shoot me an email so we can set some stuff up. We set
Yes,
our
because
first
we're
meeting.
gonna.
Yeah.
We got a lot to do. We got a lot to move forward. 2021 is looking amazing. I'm so happy just to have help. I'm so happy that you came to interview. It is getting a little late, so I'm excited. Hope you
I'm
are too.
excited too. And I think I'm honored to be your first interview on here. And I look forward to collaborating with you and just promoting chiropractic in our communities and helping other Black women just, do it.
That's all it is about. Well, guys, until next time, hopefully I can get one of those other two ladies on here. If not, I'm gonna be reaching out to you guys. I'm gonna do a better job. Like I've been saying, I just started new practice, so I've been all over the place. But I'm gonna do a better job at reaching out to people so we can have an interview every week. That would be great to have
I'll reach
somebody.
out to some people too. Make sure you save this too. Save the live. I don't know how to do that.
No, I'm posting it as soon as we get done.
Okay,
It's being posted on the.
yeah. I'll reach out to and you students, everybody. It doesn't matter, right?
Yes, right.
Okay.
Everybody, because I feel like it also would be a great idea to have the students' perspective on how they feel right now about being in school and what's going on, and if are they excited, are they like, sometimes when you're a student, I know at one point when I was a student, I just was tired. I was like, I don't know if I can do this. And it was like towards the end of the thing, but at the same time, we weren't traditional students. We had kids. You just so tired. Like that's a lot of stuff. So like get a gauge on how they're feeling. So maybe we can give them some hope about give them some hope about it's okay. You're gonna see the light at the end of the tunnel, you're gonna be happy with the choices.
Yeah, because it can. I remember being a student and being tired. Like you said, at the end of both of our education, we were pregnant. Like I took four boards. I was like 6 or 7 months pregnant. Like, look, I was told, like, I was like, okay, I go to the bathroom like every 30 minutes. Like, how do I get through this test? Then I did a Bogey Hills, and then I also did the VA when I was, and what was that, tribe 9, 8, 9, 10, or what have you. And I remember I asked my clinician about it, and she was like, "Oh, well, some of our pregnant students, they wear a diaper during." I was like, "No, ma'am. No, I'm not. I'm not. That's not what I'm gonna do. I'm not about to be sitting here taking a test." I was like, "That's not gonna work." Happy to say I made it through. You know what I mean? But just stress like that, like like going through part 4 and being pregnant, like, oh my God, like adjusting in clinic and trying to, it was a whole thing. I
talked to my clinician, one of our clinicians, Dr. Manella.
She just retired, didn't she?
Yeah, she just retired. Yeah. So she was part of the board review testing for part 4. And I talked to her. She was like, yeah. If you have to go, just let us know and we'll take care of it.
And they did let me go. It was my clinician that told me that, like, oh, well, I was like, no, I'm not doing that. We're going to have to figure something else out, But it worked out because I think I did have to, like, once or whatever, and they let me go. I'm like, look, you think I'm about to try to cheat? Like, look, I got to get through this.
This little person is on my bladder right now.
Right. I'm almost at the end. Yeah. So
it's just coming out. Do you want it on the floor or you want it in the toilet? You let me know.
But that's cool. So even like this situation, us connecting, like this is the first time that we've connected. We are both from the Midwest. We both went to Logan. We both were pregnant at the end of our chiropractic education. So we both just started a new practice. We have kids. So little things like this, you never know what, things you have in common with other people until you really connect with them. And now we can be a resource to each other and build something, so it's important.
Yeah, I'm excited. I know I keep saying bye.
I know we got to go. We do got to go. Okay.
I'll talk to you guys later. Until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.